Is Jesus the only begotten Son according to the Bible and according to God's words?
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
In the Bible, in the book of Psalm 2 verse 7, it reads, "The Lord hath said unto me, David, Thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee." According to the Bible, God told David that, "Today, this day I have begotten you, David."
Much later.
Again, in the book of Exodus 4 verse 22, God says, "And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn."
Much later.
Again in the Bible, in the book of Jeremiah 31 verse 9, it reads, God says, "For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn."
3,000 years later.
In the Bible, in the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 14, it reads, "For as many are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God." This simply means that everyone in the past and everyone in the present and everyone in the future to come who will be obeying the will and commandments of God, they are children of God or sons and daughters of God, preferably servants of God, beloveds of God. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. This means that the archangel itself bears witness with our spirit, meaning with our prophet, that we are the children of God, that we are the servants of God. Because throughout history, the angel Gabriel, it is he whom God has sent with all revelations. And in most cases in the Bible, the word spirit, it refers to the prophets. It all depends on the context, but in this case, the first spirit which has a neuter gender refers to an angel. The spirit itself. If it was a prophet, they would have said the Spirit himself. Then our spirit, meaning our prophet, our messenger, meaning Jesus. To further clarify on this point is with the book of Ephesians 4 verse 5.
Do you want to know?
It reads, "One Lord, meaning God, one faith, meaning submission to His will, one baptism, meaning the testimony of faith, one God and Father of all, who is above all, through all, in you all." The point I'm trying to raise here is that you can only have one firstborn, and Jesus is not the firstborn of God, according to the Bible. In the book of Exodus, God identifies Israel as his firstborn, then Ephraim, then David, and many others that came after. Then later onwards in the New Testament, he identified Jesus as his begotten son. And we have the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 14 explaining how are people elevated to positions of children of God. It is only through the obedience of God that people are called sons and daughters of God or children of God, not by birth that that God himself will give birth to you or he will sire you. No. Our Creator Allah says in the Quran chapter 112 that He gave birth to no one and no one gave birth to him, and there is none comparable unto him. To conclude, Jesus is one of the mighty prophets of God in Islam, just like every other prophet mentioned in the Quran. None of them are gods and none of them are children of God. They are all servants of God. May God's peace and blessings be upon them all.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe.